everyone, this is Mrs. Savita and you're welcome in my channel ATP Biology classes. So now I am going to discuss about the topic development of dicot embryo. So you must be knowing that how the embryo is forming. Embryo is forming from the single cell, that is zygote, right? Zygote is formed by the fusion of male gamete with the female gamete. In case of flowering plant, we have already seen in the first lecture that in the previous lecture that the zygote has been formed by the syngamete process. First male gamete which fuses with the egg cell inside the embryo sac and forms the zygote. So this is the diploid zygote. This diploid zygote divides transversely. Transverse division takes place. Transverse mitotic division, you can say mitotic division, and forms the two cells. It is transversely, means horizontally dividing and forming two cells. You can say that this is the two cell structure now. Right. The upper one cell which is called as terminal cell. Now terminal cell and the lower one cell is called as basal cell. So terminal cell and the basal cell we are saying on the basis of the ends, chalazal end and the micropylar end. Whenever we are considering the ends, we have to see that where the zygote is forming inside the ovule, it is inside the ovule, it is forming towards the micropyle, right? If you see the structure of anatropous ovule, it is like this. It is like this. And the embryo is forming here in the embryo sac, right? Means the zygote. That zygote is going to divide and forms the embryo. How? So you can say that this is the chalazal end of the ovule and this is the micropylar end. Same way we are giving the ends, we are considering this is the chalazal end and this is the micropylar end. So that's why we are saying that the terminal cell is the cell towards the chalaza and basal cell is the cell towards the micropyle. Now what happens with these two cells? These cells, this terminal cell, I am drawing it with the red color, I am writing it. So this terminal cell will divide mitotically again further to form a mass of cell. Mitotic division of terminal cell, right? It is forming the quadrant, proembryonal quadrant. See here, 4 cell structure is forming. This 4 cell structure is called as proembryonal quadrant. Quadra means 4 cell structure, proembryonal quadrant. Now this basal cell also will divide and will form 8 to 10 cell structure, which is called as suspensor. The last cell is the hypophysis, haustorium, not hypophysis, haustorium. Right, which is named in a different manner, that is haustorium. It is a little bit different, not a flat one, it's a globular one or you can say circular one, which is called as haustorium, right? And the complete structure is called as the suspensor. So these cells have been formed from the basal cell. Basal cell divide mitotically, you can say basal mitotic division of basal cell and form the suspensor. The last cell of the suspensor is called as haustorium. Next what happens? This proembryonal quadrant divides again mitotically and forms the 8 cell structure which is called as the proembryonal octant. Right, what happens here? This proembryonal quadrant undergoes the mitotic division again and forms this 8 cell structure which is known as the proembryonal octant. Octa means 8. octant. Right. Now what happens with this suspensor? So the first cell of the suspensor, which enlarges in the size and which is named, a special name is given to that is the hypophysis. Right. And for the other parts remains the same. Suspensors, other cells, they remain as it is. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this one Haustorian, last 8 cell. Now, here the next step is that the proembryonal octant cells, they undergoes the periclinial division. Right? Here the periclinial division takes place. Periclinial means outward division of proembryonal octant cells. Octant cells, and it results in the formation of such type of structure. See how the periclinial division is taking place. See, this one is an 8-cell structure. Each cell will divide periclinally, means here this cell is divided into 2, this one and this one. Same way this cell also will divide into 2. Likewise all other cells will divide outwards and they will form such type of structure, which is known as the globular embryo. Now this is a globular embryo. Now what happens with this hypophysis? Hypophysis cells will also divide mitotically, and see, there will be one division, 2 cells will form, again second division, mitotic division, and these 4 cells will form. The suspensors, other cells will remain as it is. Right? They will remain as it is. Now what happens? This is the what kind of embryo? This is said to be globular embryo. Right. Next is this. The fate of these all cells is decided that which part of these cells is going to give rise to which part of the embryo. Embryo is basically having what all different parts? Plumule, radicle, epicotyle, hypocotyle, and cotyledons. So all these parts are going to arise from this globular embryo as well as from these cells of the hypophysis. Right? So these 2 cells, upper 2 cells, they will give rise to root cortex. These 2 cells will give rise to root tip and root cap. Root tip and root cap. And the upper half part of the globular embryo, that is going to give rise to cotyledon, plumule, and epicotyle. And the lower half is going to give rise to hypocotyle. So this fate is already decided. Suspensor will ultimately degenerate later on. The suspensor's role is to push the embryo towards the nucellular cells, so that to get the more and more nutrition. Right. Next, what happens? These all cells, they are going to give rise their different parts. So here we will draw that they are dividing. These all cells will divide. They will form a mass of cells, and they will form the structures also. Plumule and the radicle, right? Radical parts also, and the plumule part, hypocotyle, epicotyle, cotyledons, and all that. So see how it is happening here. These cells, so for example, they were like this already. Globular embryo is like this. Like this, they all are here. And the cells are dividing and this is how half part of this globular embryo, it will form the heart shape. The cells are, the mass of the cells, they are forming in this way, and they will take the shape of heart. That's why this type of embryo is said to be heart shaped embryo. See, and here will be the little plumule part, right? These two will, the bulgy part of the swollen parts, they will give rise to the cotyledon, and this is this plumule. And this lower half of the proembryo, that will give rise to the hypocotyle, right? So we can draw it also like this. The cells are dividing and forming the hypocotyle part. This way. And this hypophysis, all four cells, they will form the radical part, which will ultimately going to give rise to the root, right? So they will, if they are like this, they will take the shape in this manner, and all these cells will divide this way. They will form the root cortex, the upper two cells, and the lower two cells will form root tip and the root cap, right? So this is the two half cells, they are forming root cortex, and this one part, root tip and the root cap, is here. Root tip and the root cap, which is formed from these two cells, right? Now this is the plumule. These two are the cotyledons, right? Now what happens when these two cotyledons grows? They will move on one side itself, and they will take the shape of horseshoe. This is what type of embryo then? As it is of heart shape, that's why we are saying this is a heart shaped embryo. And next to that is the horseshoe shape. How the horseshoe shape embryo is forming? These two bulgy parts of the cotyledon, they will grow. But as there is a, it is inside the embryo sac, that's why there is not much space is available. So they are bending on one side itself. See how they are bending. Suppose this cotyledon will grow like this, and this will grow in this manner, right? And it will form horseshoe shaped embryo. So next one is the horseshoe shaped embryo. This is how the development of dicot embryo is taking place, right? Means in the dicot seed. Now this horseshoe shaped embryo, how does it look like? That we can see in the seed. Suppose this is the seed. When we open the pea seed, we can see that there is a embryonal axis like this, and the two cotyledons, they are attached at one place like this. See here, this is a cotyledonary node. These two are the cotyledons. The role of the cotyledon is to store food. This is cotyledonary node. This complete is the embryonal axis. This part is the radical part. This is the plumule part, right? And epicotyle and hypocotyle. Epicotyle is the part above this cotyledonary node. This is a cotyledonary node now. So above this cotyledonary node there is a epicotyle. And hypocotyle is the part below the cotyledonary node. So epi for upper part, hypo for the lower part. Cotyle means the cotyledons. So here the hypocotyle is present. Hypocotyle. So this is how the embryo looks like. This is complete embryonal axis. When we open the pea seed, you can see that there is a white part which is called as the embryonal axis, and these are the various parts of that embryo. Now this is how, I hope that this video you understood the complete point. If you like it, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.